Welcome to Shom Machshava on the Dav, Shir sponsor Lui Nishmas Haim Yaakov Sholom and Leah Bas Yitzchok. We're holding Bo Basra Dav Samech Aleph. The Gemara Amud Aleph mentions that when we said in the Mishnah Yetzia, we know that there's three names to these these rooms that are added to the main house. Tanya of Yosef Shalosh Shemus Yeshlo has three names: Yetzia, Tzela, and Ta. And the Gemara brings rise from the Psukim for these three names. So first, to mention that the Vilna Gaon, in his Biur on Melachim Aleph Perek Vov, Pasuk Hey, he brings this Gemara, and he says, it's not that these words mean exactly the same. They're a little different. Yetzia is the area of the room. Tzela is the walls of the room. And Ta is the room itself. So three of them are mentioning the same place, but they're not exactly the same idea. Each one has a different meaning. Now we'll mention one He'ora. The Tosfos over here, the Ramatchel Ve'ato, ends in the end and says that there's a difference between Beis Hamikdash Rishon and Beis Hamikdash Sheni regarding these rooms that were in the sides of the Beis Hamikdash. Then Beis Hamikdash Sheni, the size of the Ta was six amas. But in Beis Hamikdash Rishon it was only 5. And Torah doesn't explain why should Bais Sheni be different than Bais Rishon. So in the Sefer Marganiso de Remeir, which is the Divrei Torah of Remeir Shapiro, the one who started Daf Yomi, it's brought down there Gevaldik Pshat on Yuma Daf Nun Aleph on Bais. And he's basing himself on the Rambam and Hilchos Beis Abchira Perek Dal Halacha Beis. We learned, and earlier in the Masechta, we learned regarding the Amot Traskin. And Beis Hamikdash Rishon, between the Kodesh and Kodesh Kodashim, there was a wall, 1 Amo, which is called Amot Traskin. And by Sheni, you didn't have the Amot Traskin. And instead, there were 2 curtains. There were 2 viloinas that were on the filling up. There was 1 curtain in the beginning of the Amo and 1 curtain in the end of the Amo. So the Rambam says, and this is different than Shitas Rashi, the Rambam explains what happened. They knew the Beis Hamikdash Rishon, the Heichel was 40 Amo, and Kodesh Kodashim was 20 Amo. But they didn't know the Amot Traskin was part of the 40 Amo, or the Amot Traskin was part of the 20 Amo. So what did they do in Bais Sheni, Zok the Rambam? They did 40 Amo for the Heichel, they did 20 Amo Kodesh Kodashim, and they did another Amo in between, which has these 2 curtains, which is like a no-man land. It's between the Heichel and Kodesh Kodashim, because they weren't sure that Amot Traskin, where it belonged to. So brings Remeir Shapiro and the Rambam, how can it be that they added this Amo? You're not allowed to add Amo to Beis Hamikdash, unless everything came b'nevuah. And he adds, especially according to the Rambam that holds, the Bais Sheni is based on the Gedusha Rishon of Bais Rishon. So how can I add another Amo just because I don't know where this Amo belongs to? So Remeir Shapiro goes throughout the Cheshbon, but he ends up in saying that the Yisod is, that is the reason why the Ta, which is part of the width of the wall of the Heichel, why it was 1 Amo less than Bais Sheni. Because you're right, you cannot add another Amo to Beis Hamikdash. But according to this Rambam, that's exactly what the Cheshbon was. They made the Beis Hamikdash was exactly the same size. They just reduced the size of the Ta, the size of the extension room, which is not Me'ikar Beis Hamikdash, that changed. In Beis Hamikdash Rishon, it was 6 Amo. Beis Hamikdash Sheni was only 5, so you had additional Amo to add. That's what they did, a no-man's zone between the Heichel and Kodesh HaKodashim. So it's very meduik. It wasn't stam that the Ta was small. There was a reason the Ta was 1 Amo smaller, to allow another Amo for the Amo Sofik, which I don't know if it's Kodesh or Kodesh HaKodashim. A Gevaldik Cheshbon that goes on based on what is Yetzia Ta mentioned in our Gemara, and the Tosfos that says, in our Gemara, in our Daf, the Beis Hamikdash Sheni was different than Beis Hamikdash Rishon. Anyone who wants to join the Shom HaShava email list to WhatsApp group, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.